few weeks ago, I did some research on Chrome extensions, and I came across this insight. If you look at the total number of users for Chrome extension for Google Chrome, basically, and the total number of apps available on the Chrome store, and you compare it to iOS and Android, you come up to this incredible number. There is probably like 15 times less competition for Chrome extensions than for any other kind of app for the same amount of users, if it's not even more, because there are so many people using Google Chrome. So from that insight, I started digging, falling in the rabbit hole, and then it led me to a lot of market research, digging, and then I decided to build my own Chrome extension to actually understand how it is done and how hard it is to create a Chrome extension. I published it on the Chrome store. It's available, and I'm going to show it to you in this video. Also, I dug very hard on every possible example of Chrome extension I could find, and I classified them by kind of business models as well as different monetization type of extensions. And I tried to find some frameworks and to understand how can we come up with Chrome extension business ideas. And also I'm going to talk about what's the difference between a SaaS and a Chrome extension. Is there a difference actually? And then finally, I'm going to show you how you can create a Chrome extension yourself, how I did it myself. I'm not going to do the complete tutorial, but I will show you the process I went through so you can reproduce it. It's actually pretty simple. So I'm going to show that in this video. And in the end, we are going to look at how we can market a Chrome extension once we have built it. The idea here is just to give you an overview of everything I told you about. And if you want me to go further in each of these topics, then just let me know in the comments, and I could make another video specifically on a part of this one. Also, as usual, you will have access to this Figma file with a lot of links. You can click on everything here, links to the right extension. I'm going to show you that along the way. Okay, so we had a look at this incredible insight, but then the question is, okay, so why? Why is that? There are actually some kind of answers. And the first one is that it's a little bit different than apps because people are not used to pay for a plugin. So this is harder to sell. Although people that are using Chrome also have problem. If you can solve a problem within Chrome, at some point they would like to pay for it. So there is a little bit of a paradox here between there are not that many developers going into this market because it is seen as a market that is hard as opposite as the normal app market. But if we dig further, if we look at the different kind of apps that are succeeding, that are having a lot of success that I'm going to show you here, then it works. It actually works. Like there are really good businesses on the Chrome store that are built around an app. I am going to let you look at deeper on the market research I have done here. What I wanted to show you on market research is what is happening when you look at what are people looking at on Google regarding Chrome extensions. That is actually really interesting because this is data that I extracted from a random tool that I use for that. Every search query that is related to Chrome extension 4. So that's what people know about, right? There are always like the market of what are people searching for. So they know that they could find an app for that and apps that people don't know about. So they wouldn't search about it. So it doesn't mean that what I'm showing to you right now is the only market for Chrome extension, right? But so if we look at that, so we have a lot of general kind of search terms that are not really helpful, and we can see the different volume for each of them. What is a little bit more interesting here is to look at the cost per click, because a high cost per click means that there are people somewhere willing to pay a lot for advertising on this kind of search queries, meaning there is a business behind it. So the idea is, instead of looking at the whole list and trying to find anything that's interesting, let's take a shortcut and just filter it simply by we want greater than or equal to 5. So 5 euro, dollar, whatever, per click. That's what people are willing to pay to advertise to this kind of search term. And here we can find, let's have a look together. So honey, I guess you know this one. This is one of the first one that comes to mind when we think of Chrome extensions. Full screen for Chrome, sorry. That is the screenshot kind of extension. It works really well, and there are like big businesses around it. Like the big ones are literally making millions. Salesforce, Chrome extension for Salesforce, Chrome extension for developers, data saver, coupon, Google Chrome extension, Jungle Scout. That's also a very good extension. Download helper, Chrome for free. Salesforce again, Ring Central. That is it's a kind of old company that is doing sales call, and they are now using AI for sales call. So that's also an interesting market. Timer. So this one, it's actually really weird how they can make money with the timer, but apparently there is a way to do that. Google Analytics. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm not going to do the complete list. Again, it's an overview, and I don't want the video to be like 2 hours. But it's just to give you an idea. You have access to that from the Figma file that you can get to. You just have to click here, and you can just have a look for yourself and dig into it and find some keyword that would be interesting for you. Only if you want to know about it, right? But I guess if you are watching this video until already, you are interested in the topic, so you can dig further directly into it. Just please, before making any changes, because you can't actually make any change, simply let's put it back here and just click File and make a copy for yourself, so you can now use it. Okay, what about the market in general? I found this article that you can check here on LinkedIn. That is not a complete one. It's a report that would cost like thousands of dollars, but basically it says that the Chrome extension market is going to grow in the next years. That is also one of the triggers of my research, because I could see that there are some insights, some clues that says that this is an interesting, not industry, but field to be in, like learning how it works, what works. So yeah, you can check out this article. Here I've made some quick research on Perplexity just to find out what is the market, what is the internet saying actually, and there are not a lot of good content on Chrome extensions. I found some, but not a lot. So what are the growth perspectives for the Chrome extension market? Chrome dominant market shares creates a massive potential audience for extension with over 3 billion users. The reach for well-designed extension is substantial. Okay, business opportunity, low development cost, completely. I mean, I was able to create one. High retention, that is totally true, because with a Chrome extension, you are literally part of someone's workflow. You are appearing on the screen all the time. It's not that they have to think about it. They just see it. And if you manage it correctly, then you can even have an extension that pops up every time they can use it. So it's really like you can be part of the routine of the workflow of someone, and then the churn is very low. And then you can go extremely niche, and we are going to see that in the examples. by taking that something that already exists and applying to a very specific niche. Yeah. Anyway, that's a little bit vague. Sorry for that. Challenges. That is related also to what I said before. Why is there this discrepancy between Android, iOS, and Chrome extensions? Obviously, there is no smartphone, so this one. User expectation. Many users expect Chrome extension to be free, which can make monetization challenging. So we are going to look at how we can work around that. Competition. Obviously, I mean, give me one field in this world where there is no competition nowadays. So that's not a problem. Competition is everywhere. Privacy concern. Yeah, that's true, because some Chrome extensions are really bad in privacy, and Google is working against that, basically. What are the most profitable niches for Chrome extension? I wouldn't really rely on that, but this is what the internet says: productivity tools, e-commerce and shopping, web development and design, digital marketing, social media, that's extremely vague, data analysis, yep, web scraping, totally, browser customization, yes, and business solution. We have seen it with Salesforce, for example, because yeah, one of the main approach is to say, okay, where are people spending time? Salesforce, there are not a lot, but enough people that have a lot of money that spend time on Salesforce. It could be any big platform, YouTube, I don't know, Upwork, Fiverr, any big platform where people are spending time. How can I make their life easier, basically? How can I make them save time so they can make money or win something? And that's where Chrome extension exists, basically. Okay, market trend, nothing extremely insightful here, but it's just general trends. Here you can see if you use keyword everywhere, if you're looking for business ideas and you're not using keyword everywhere, that's a Chrome extension that I pay for. That's a business already that is very good, that tells you the research on Google, the numbers everywhere you are, and it also gives you some related and trending keywords, so you can have a look at that. Same thing, that is also, if you type Chrome extension 4, that is the normal Google, and that is what keywords everywhere tells you, so you can also have a look at this one. All right, so let me just, okay, yeah, I remember. It's been a while I've done this. This complete Figma file took me days, and in between I had a lot of things going on, so I need to go back into it. Okay, so monetize, Chrome extension with payment. A very interesting one, those two. So that is one of them. The only article I found that talk about specific revenues for a Chrome extension. So I didn't use them all as example in my Figma file, because you can have them here. So you have Gmass, which is cold email extension directly connected to Gmail, which is pretty cool. Closet tool, I'm going to show you it later on. This one I didn't look further, but it's for developer, I think. Go full page, that's what I told you about. It's a screenshot extension. Spider, web scraper, I didn't remember. Yeah, you can just go and check them all. There are small ones, but it always gives very interesting insight. And this one for me is very interesting, because this is actually what the article I showed you before is an article from this business, and this business is all about creating a payment system for Chrome extension. So when you have a Chrome extension, how do you monetize, actually? Good question. Google has a system. If you declare yourself as a trader, I didn't test it out, so I can say you can use Stripe at some point, but apparently there are some interest to use this kind of service. And for a small website like that it doesn't seem to really market themselves very hard. So they have 67,000 unique visitor per month. So I thought that's interesting. Even that is this kind of a business idea. Sorry for them. I'm not saying like you should do that, but that's a very good insight. Here are some related good podcasts. So that's a snip, actually. If you don't know Snip D, it's a podcast tool that I use so I can have like those short pieces of podcasts, so you can check it out. And obviously, like the very good podcasts from Greg Eisenberg, and then there is this one from My First Million that talks about Chrome extension. And here it's basically the summary of what they say here. And there is a report from Trend.vc, also very good. So any of them, I definitely recommend you check them out. And you can check the report just by clicking right away here. Okay, so now my Chrome extension. So what did I do? Let's have a look at it. Here it is. Oh, really? Actually, yeah, I just reordered my Chrome extension. Okay, so you can see 43 users. That's amazing. I have my small video here. I put some screenshot, and the most important is, what does it do? I just needed an idea, simple. It was a learning project, and I wanted to understand how I can build that, even though I don't know how to code. So take the example. I just pull up a random Reddit post that could potentially talk about a problem. How do you come up to Reddit post? I'm just going to show you that. Sorry, it's just a parenthesis. I know I'm everywhere. Now I'm showing you what my app does, right? We are not doing research on Reddit, but I just want to show you how you can do that. So you go on any interesting subreddits, and you sort them up by top, and you look at this month or this year. So they are all posts that have a lot of comments. That's what we want. We want a lot of comments. And then you will find one that talk about a potential problem. So I picked this one, my experience with Upwork so far. Anyway, and here, once you are here, you can simply click on the extension, pick an OpenAI model. I like to use this one, and find gold mines. What it does right now, it is directly sending the content of the text plus a prompt to OpenAI and put it back right away here. So it's not that complicated, but with this simple thing, you can do a lot of things, right? When you have a Chrome extension, it can look at what the user is looking at. And from that, you can take some part, use different system. You can send them to make.com if you want to parse them and do whatever you want, or directly send them through an API and yeah, use AI to come up with some interesting insights. So for example, here, my prompt says that it should isolate the problem, then come up with user statements, and then come up with potential business ideas. On top of that, I also created this API key. So don't worry, I just removed this this API key after the video. But yeah, so I created this option page. I've created like the login page, all those links, and all of that without knowing how to code. So I'm going to show you how I did that afterward. And I'm also going to show you a little bit later what are the results, like how do people find this extension. All right, let me drink quickly. And now let's go for the cool stuff. Those Chrome extension example that are working really well. One that I really like is this Chrome extension that is it's not just actually, it's a Amazon price tracker. Actually, it does a lot of things if you go a little bit deeper, but it's not like, I mean, the website is not crazy, and you can, if you dig a little bit, you will see that it basically helps Amazon sellers, I guess most of them, to manage, to save time, to have more information, a little bit like Jungle Scout, right? But the pricing is not that high on this one. And so I put it here. Yeah, the pricing is a subscription, business model subscription. It's 19 euro. And they have 4 million users, right? You can see it here, 4 million users. So if we take something extremely conservative and we say that 0.2% of those 4 millions are paid users, it means they have 8,000 users. It means that they are making 150K per month. That is conservative. It could be way more. And in the end, it's quite a simple software. I mean, I could not build that myself, but for a dev, I think it's pretty simple. Okay, next one. This one is probably my favorite one. Brisk teaching. It's just a pure example of nailing down niche problem and using AI and Chrome extension to solve that. Sorry, I was not on the right one, so this is this one. Okay, Brisk Teaching, it's a Chrome extension that already has 400,000 users that is made for teachers, and that creates a complete environment for them so they can use AI to save incredible amount of time. I say incredible, not that I used it, but I looked at the reviews and people really love it. And this is not, that's what I showed you here. This is not a solopreneur. Obviously, that is a venture-funded Chrome extension. But that's also what's interesting, that it is a business from the Silicon Valley that, they put a lot of money into a Chrome extension because this is only what it is. It's just a Chrome extension. Let me look at, this one. So they have a website. Yeah. When you're on a website, that's the only thing they have. But the monetization behind it makes it like it's, sorry, if I'm a little bit confused here, but we at the beginning I said Chrome extensions are there is less competition. Why? Because people think that plugins should be free, right? But that is a plugin, but is advertised, it's marketed as an actual business. It solves a real problem for teachers and they love it. And it just used AI to solve their problem, so they can charge for it. And they are even making ads to sell their product. So they are, I guess they are in a growing phase right now, but they are making those cool ads that you can check out. That is, a real business. And you can use this approach basically to reproduce it for any kind of niches. Like it's basically using AI and creating an environment on Chrome for a specific kind of use case. I don't know, doctors or mom and pop shop. I don't know if you say that, mom and pop shops there. Anyway, so that one, I definitely encourage you to check it out and to dig a little bit further because it's a very cool example. Here, you have this kind of, I'm not sure if it's solopreneur, but it seems to me that it's not as a big company as this one, although they are doing kind of the same thing. They are addressing student teachers, enabling educators. So that's kind of a lower version of Brisk, but it also has 60,000 users. So it means that it is gathering a lot of the market shares. Okay, let's go down to the next one. So the next one is Recruiter Bolt. I found this one while I was looking at Salesforce related Chrome extensions that are making money. Let me open it here. So there are only 2,000 users, but obviously you get it that when you are in this kind of niches, it's B2B. So the amount of users is obviously completely different. If I open the website, pricing, so they have monthly plan, and I guess that for big companies, then they are charging a lot more. So that's also a very good example of a simple Chrome extension, probably not as simple, but that go very narrow on a specific problem for specific B2B niche, which is recruiting. Here we have, those two are funny. You can check them out on your own because those are probably not the ones that make the most money, but they are very big in users. And maybe not this one, but they are working with donations. They are simply made by single developer that is just like asking for people to support the app. And apparently they are working since a long time. So I would say that it generates a living for the person that is building it. So here it's it's another interesting approach on how to use Chrome extensions. And this is to sell services. So this one, for example, was made by this person, which is a consultant that has different services. And he has several extensions like that that have a decent amount of users that are linked to his website. So on one hand, is delivering some kind of services for free, showing expertise. And when people want to know more, then they come and see him. Also, when you have a Chrome extension, you can generate emails. That's what I did here with mine. If I wasn't logged, then I have an email opt-in form. But it means that you can use the email that you generate with your Chrome extension that is free to sell any kind of services. Basically, the Chrome extension could live as a lead magnet. The only difference is that it's a lead magnet that could live on its own and be found by thousands and thousands of people. So I thought this one was worth showing because it's another approach on how to use the Chrome extensions. Here it's one feature focused, and again we talked about it, automated Google Analytics annotations, and I didn't dig into exactly what it does. I never needed that, but apparently a lot of people are finding it useful, and it is monthly payment monetization system. So that's pretty basic. They just found the platform, added one feature, and charged for that. Okay, here we have something a little bit different, which is a Chrome extension that is just a part of broader SaaS business. This means the business is not the Chrome extension, but it couldn't work without it. I don't know if you follow here. Let me open it. It's a lead scraper. Like there are plenty of them on the internet, but it can only work with the Chrome extension. If you go how to use, then I'm not going to read everything, but you can see that it works with these Chrome extensions. What does it means for them is that in addition of doing a normal marketing for their business, like every other SaaS would do, then they also benefit from the SEO of the Chrome Web Store. So they can, like, for example, write blogs on Google to be found on Google and generate traffic like that, go on social media and do ads and whatever. But they are also generating the free traffic that is coming from the Chrome Store. So that's another interesting example. There are plenty of them, right? And I will show you how you can find them. But I wanted to find some that are different to one another because they all have such a specificity. Okay, this one is another big platform, one feature with subscription. And the cool thing is that you can find the story on Indie Hackers. So I just let you check that out. But the founder explains how they come across the idea, what they were struggling with, and why they created this app. But that's the same principle as, for example, which was it? one feature subscription for Google Analytics. Same concept, but for Amazon, one feature. Another one here that is very well documented is superpowered ChatGPT. So it obviously takes advantage of the huge AI hype. And it was featured in the Very Good Starter Story YouTube channel. So you can check the video out here. And the founder explains basically how he is generating money. And what I thought is really cool is that he actually has not a paid newsletter. Maybe that's a little bit confusing. I would just write newsletter. But he has a paid and a free and a paid plan for this extension. So some features are under a paywall, behind a paywall. But all the people that are in the free plan, they are giving him their email address. And with that, he is simply writing a newsletter, simply quote unquote, he's writing a good newsletter, delivering value, and he finds sponsors that want to advertise on this newsletter. So he has two different monetization for just a Chrome extensions. There is nothing more than a Chrome extension that improves ChatGPT. So that's another particularity, the newsletter. Okay, another one that was on the article I showed you here, the 8 Chrome extensions, and so on, that you probably remember. Poshmark, which I didn't know, is actually a marketplace where you can sell stuff. I guess a lot of people are selling stuff on it. It basically follows the same principle as this one. Takes a marketplace, somewhere where people are doing things, spending time, and it adds different functionalities to make them save time and make more money. So it can charge for that. And I don't remember how much this one makes. Let's have a look quickly. It's this one. Closet Tools, 42K per month. And that article is quite old. And I think, does it say how many users they have? But I really think that they got a lot more users since the article was published. So you can check it out further on your own. But it is also, it's not a unique because it's the same as the Amazon I showed you before. But this framework is really cool. Just find a marketplace and create something that makes users' life better. Okay, another specific one. This is a screenshot tool, Chrome extension. Okay, nothing really fancy here. What's fancy here, though, is the monetization. If you want to purchase it, then it's a lifetime deal. And that's pretty good because you really, there is no, I guess there is nothing that creates costs on the developer side. So it's just a piece of code that you can sell one-time fee. And since it's hard to convince people to pay for a plugin, at least if they pay once and not and don't add another subscription, then it could be easier. So one feature focused and just lifetime deal. Okay, the two last ones, they are just here because they are cool, but we have seen the kind of framework and monetization method already. Push to Kindle. It's like Readwise. That's another Chrome extension that you can see here that I'm paying for. If you don't know Readwise, I should have showed it already, but that is basically a place where you can export all your highlights. You can save articles, you can save newsletters, you can connect with all the tools where you want to store the different highlights. And anyway, it's a very good Chrome extension, and I am paying for me. It's a no-brainer. I think it's €8 per month. And basically, they are doing a similar thing, but for Kindle readers. It's like you're on the internet and you find a good article, then you use the Chrome extension and you find it on your Kindle. And they just charge for a very small fee, but they have a fair amount of users, and I think you have to pay. Yeah, if you want to use it properly, you have to pay. So they are probably making a decent living with this Chrome extension. Another one, email extractor. Again, 300,000 users. Extremely simple. Basically, scrubs the page you are in and find out the potential emails in there. There are a few paid features with a subscription plan. Again, very simple principle, just an email extractor, a not fancy tool, but that works and has a lot of users. All right. Okay, now let's have a look at how to find Chrome extensions ideas, even though we talked about it already. And after that, we are going to look at how we create one and how we market one. First of all, think in frameworks. I just wrote a few of them to you. So now you know them from the list we have seen already, but you can have like Brisk for X, the teacher AI environment for teacher. Then Brisk for X is a framework, super powered ChatGPT. So you can have like super power for X, make people's life easier on certain platform. Scrapping for X, like email extractor or whatever, or even my one, the Reddit Chrome extension. Missing feature for X, so it's one feature, big platform. Closet for X, marketplace, making their life easier. And also think of, you can have like an extension that lives on its own, if it is something that people already look for. So you don't have a lot of marketing to do if the extension that you build would fit to something people will look for already. So you kind of create an alternative of something that is already existing, or you make something better or whatever. In this case, you can have an Chrome extension only. If you go to something that people are not already looking for, then it's basically creating a SaaS. And I told you before, we will be talking about what's the difference between software as a service and Chrome extension. There is none. A Chrome extension is a piece of code, is a software, and when you solve someone's problem, then you're basically solving it's a service. So Chrome extension is a SaaS business. The only difference is that you would call it a Chrome extension if it's only living on its own because people find it on the Chrome store on their own, and you would call it a SaaS with a Chrome extension if you need to market it on the side, if you need to do like the same marketing as any potential other SaaS business. So just think of what you want to build, and you have a few frameworks to start with. Now, if we dig a little bit further into existing markets, so that's what I was talking about. If you take the list I gave you and you go, okay, let's take this one, for example. People are paying a lot. Apparently, there is a market. Developers are very likely to look for Chrome extension. So you take this one and then you look at the result, right? You just copy and paste here on the Chrome store, and you want to click on established publishers. Why? It's because you will find only the ones that have a website that is connected, and you want to limit the amount of rating to 3 and up. And from there, you will see all the extensions that have been built by independent developers. You can see how many rating they have, so you guess how successful they are. And if you go down and you find some bad rating, but a lot of users, then there is always something to do here. It means that they are already on a market where people are looking for. They have a lot of users, but people are still downloading it, even though the service is not perfect. So that's a very good way to look for different ideas for existing market. Another thing you can check out is if the Chrome extension is declare itself as monetizing. If you look at a Chrome extension page and you go down here, when they have that, it means that they went through a process to say, I'm going to make money with this Chrome extension. The other way around is also possible. Some Chrome extension won't have that, but they would make money. So that's a bit tricky, but that is also a good sign to know what you are looking at, basically. Okay, now another approach, which is for new markets, new tech. How can you come up with an idea that could do a good Chrome extension? So first of all, but that is not related only to Chrome extensions, is for any kind of business, you look at the macro trends first. And here are a few places where you can hang out and see what works. So here you have, let me close those windows, those tabs here. Here you have the YC Combinator, which has a startup directory, and they are constantly adding a new startup that they are backing, which means they are smart guys. If they are backing a startup in a certain field, there is something to do here. So it's not to copy anything or whatever. It's just to look at what they are backing, so you know you can go in the same direction and try to solve a problem there. You have different websites that you probably know, like Exploding Topics. Even with the free plan, you can find interesting trends that just give you an overall idea of a macro trend. I would rather always look at trends that have a lot of volume and where basically I wouldn't look for something like that because there is probably a catalyst for this trend here. And when it's like that, there is a lot of chances like that very soon. So I would always look at trends that look like that with more volume than this one on the screen. How do you know if there is more volume? Okay, first it can be written here. You can double check on Google Trend, and also, and that is valid for any kind of trend tool. When you see a curve that's like that, it means that the changes are visible, which means there are not a lot of volume. You want something that is quite stable and that grows over the last 2-3 years, and then it has a very solid chance that it stays like that. This one, AI necklace, very good example. This one was a huge fail. I don't know if you have followed the story, but I think if you look at it now, it will go. My guess is it's going to go down very, very fast. Here you have a list of the fastest growing companies for the last year. And it won't be really helpful, but I had a look at it recently and solar companies are crushing it. Here, I think it's for the European one. Yeah, it's European fastest growing companies. So you have all the data and you can see what is actually working, but that is a macro trend, right? So yeah, you can start here, find some rabbit hole to dig in. Here you have another list, which I really like, is the Marketplace 100, which gives you the 100 biggest marketplace ever. So first of all, those are all existing marketplace. You can find one and build a Chrome extension to make people's life easier on this marketplace, but also it gives you an idea of what is working since they are the biggest in the world. And then you can go on the next phase, which is go down the rabbit hole. How do you do that? Honestly, since I know GigaBrain, that's probably my go-to now. It was just my last test before I did the example with my app. It's just like, what are problem people are facing on X, and it would go through Reddit and come up with a summary of what are people talking about and give you all the posts and all the different subreddits you can go through and find what are people struggling with. So here we go from macro trend and we go a little bit further. Then you can look at this tool, which I showed in another video already, which which will help you to find out what are the potential bubble or topics that are connected to the one you have found. So for example, if I'm on Upwork, then I can look at, it means that when people are subscribed to Upwork, they are also very likely to be on these other subreddits, right? Just be careful, even though it's updated here because it's scrapped it I don't know how it works actually, but basically that is up to date, but it has been done on a sample of data that is outdated, but Reddit has made it so hard for developers to create tools. So it has been done on sample of data, and now the connection exists, right? It's just for you to ideate, but it's not 100% accurate. Also, I absolutely need to give a shout out to the dev of this tool, which I didn't do last time, and I talked with him in between. So let me pull out his Twitter profile. All right, he's here, Andrei Kasha. Thank you very much. Very good app, and he also has another app that I'm going to show you in the further video. Also about Reddit, very cool dev that is doing visualization tools. Okay, another kind of way which could be related or not, you can also start there, is to find a common problem and build in public. So you could arrive to a certain subreddit and a certain post by having followed this approach. You can use my Chrome extension to come up with ideas to solve their problem if you don't want to read everything. But it's built in public, which means you've spotted a community where there is an actual problem people are looking for a solution to, and you can start asking questions. I have a video about how to use quizzes. I call that quick and dirty quizzes, to ask them a lot of questions to know what you could build as a solution. And from there, if you decide to go for it, then you basically document your journey in the community you found and all the communities around that talk about this specific problem. So when you launch finally your product, then people know you and you have your first users that kickstart the growth of your app. Okay, finally, for the how to find ideas, two things I wanted to show you. Here, it's actually, it's a little bit weird, okay? So that's basically a video that shows a model, an AI model, that allows to change clauses on people.
Just mind-blowing. To tell me robust and flexible, even works on non-real characters.
Okay, I'm not going to show you more of that. Why I'm showing you that is because something like that, it's not very complicated. Even for someone that is not a developer, it's not really complicated to understand how it works. Most of the models like that, they are working on replicate. There are AI models that you can access with an API, which means you can use no-code tools or simple API calls to get an input and generate an output. And the one I just showed you here is exactly that. I didn't dig further, but I guess it is. So if you take that example, then you can imagine creating Chrome extension for whatever use you want using this tech. So that's another approach I wanted to show you. It's like, here we are looking at what are people looking for, creating better solutions. Here we are looking at what is growing right now, getting deeper and spot a problem and find and create a solution. And there is another approach which is a little bit more tricky, is find a cool tech that wasn't existing before and turn it into a solution. But you need to be careful not to create a solution that nobody wants. Just to finish up here, if you want to look at this website, very cool, very simple to use. You have all the open source models that you can run here, and you can use make.com, as I said, to just get input, output. So definitely recommend checking it out. And lastly, to find extensions, I was in touch with the person writing this newsletter, which is really cool. It's Chrome extension ideas. So if you want Chrome extension ideas, just go here. You have the archive, and it's still. See, the last one was 2 days ago. Yeah, he's doing a really great job at coming up with cool ideas. So you can even start here if you don't like my approaches. All right, now let's look at the next one, which is how do we create a Chrome extensions? And I don't know why I'm saying an S at the end. I'm too French, I'm sorry. Put S when there isn't, and I forgot them when there are S. Well, anyway, okay, so you have different ways. No code, I didn't test it. Code with AI, that's what I did. And if you use code with AI, you can buy template and you can start from existing. This one is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit like stealing what is already existing. So I'm going to show you this one too. No code. Let's open them. Let's close everything here and open them all. Pretty straightforward. I mean, the value proposition is simple. As I said, I didn't use it because I didn't even think there was a product. I found it after I built my app. But I guess if you don't want to deal with code, I would start here. Here you have another one, which is quite similar actually. And the last one is, this one is funny because it's, so if you know bubble.io, it's a no-code tool, which you can use to create any kind of SaaS. But this tool is built with another no-code tool, which is, I think it's built with software. You can see the icon here, and helps you to build an app using a bubble.io. So I have no idea what they're doing, but it probably, let's have a look at the traffic. I don't know if there are, if it says 700, it's probably 3 times that. So it's fair enough. So yeah, those are solutions. I wanted to put them here. So if you want to go no code, then you have an idea. Now let's have a look at what I did to create my extension. That was the first try. That was my first attempt. I generated that and I was extremely proud of myself. And that's how it looks now. And here is all the things that are in my extension, all the files. So 3 icons and like 5 small pieces of code. Let's have a look at how I started, because I think that's the interesting thing here. Okay, so that's the end of the conversation, and I'm going to, so it's Claude 3.5, and at some point I had to switch to GPT. I will tell you why, but look on the right, that's the conversation. So you can see that's a very long conversation, and I didn't know it would be that long. So I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying you can just go ahead and figure it out along the way, because it's just possible when you have no knowledge in code. So yeah, that's the very first thing I do. I would like to help you to help me to create a Google Chrome app. The concept is very simple. It allows the user to generate business ideas based on the content of the current page using AI. Imagine you are on Reddit, you click the app, there is a short menu asking if you want to scrub and analyze. You click yes, the result is a list of 2 to 8 business ideas. It needs to have a feature for the user to connect their OpenAI API key, because I didn't want the user to use mine. It needs to scrub the data, then send it to the API and send it back to the app. So you can see that it's not even what I've built here, but I started with a simple idea and I refined it along the way. So It just tells me, okay, that's what you want to create. Let's break it down. Here are the files that you are going to create. So basically here, yeah, let me show you a little bit more detail on how I did it. Please, if you are a developer, don't be mad at me because I'm probably not using the right tools, but at least it worked for me. So here I have a simple file on my desktop, right? And then here are all the code files. So the tool I use is Notepad++. Very easy for me to use. And I have all these different files on one single page, and the colors are pretty easy. So basically what the AI, and whatever you do it with Claude or ChatGPT, it's the same. In the end, it will tell you to create a manifest.json. So you will just go here and copy your code. So if I wanted to do it again, here I would open the manifest, then I would copy, copy contents, then I would paste it here, then Control S, I save. So he asks me, what do you want to do with it? And then I call it manifest.json. Save. Yeah, I don't want to replace it, but once you have done that, then done. You have your manifest and it's JSON. Next one, and so on and so forth. And so you just apply the instruction, and so I said, create the files for me to save because I didn't know exactly how it worked. Okay, it loaded successfully. So he explained me how I can import it on the app. I'm not going to show you. That's very easy. You just load the package. And then I continue. It loaded successfully. I opened the Reddit page for test, clicked the app. It asked me to enter my API key, which I did. Then when I click generate business idea, this happens. And I show a screenshot. I'm like, okay, error. Then it said, okay, thank you for providing the screenshot. It seems you have successfully error. And we go again and again. Okay, look, I'm not a dev, although I'm familiar with API. Please explain to me how the code you created works. What are the different parts for and where is the user, whatever. What I'm saying here is, hey, I'm not a dev. Please tell me everything you do and make it very simple for me to understand what you do. And when you tell me to do something, explain it really well because I don't know how to code. So I had to say that several times during the conversation because sometimes it just assumes that I know things. And then I just continue. One thing I found out that was really interesting is if I go back to Reddit, I didn't even have to, well, slipper is this, whatever. If I click here and then I would run it, so I'm not on the right page, so you will have an error. Oh no, not even. To debug it, so when I have a problem, at the beginning I was just showing a screenshot. Now what I found out, it's really cool. I click inspect, just to go to the console, open everything I can, and I just take screenshots of the whole thing. And then I make some, I explain, okay, I clicked here and this happened. And now he has the action that happened. Hola. I don't know if, yeah. So I take the screenshot and then I give that to the AI, and then you can see the app and what happened in the console. And it's very easy actually to debug. Every time it tells you to do something, you do it, you test, doesn't work, give the console logs, and the AI knows directly why there is a problem and move on to the next iteration. So you have it. I told you I changed to ChatGPT. Why? Because Claude it has so many limitations. I was so mad. At some point, I couldn't make enough prompts. And also, I figured that when it was getting extremely long, the context window is still big enough so it remembered without any problem, but it was going extremely slow because there was so much data. So I needed to start back. And to start back, I just opened a ChatGPT file, and I gave it all my files from the app, and then right away he knew what was the app about. So yeah, so that's it. That is the how do you do apps when you don't know anything about coding. It works. I did it. I published it. Google approved my my app, so I guess it's fine. Okay, now you can also buy templates, and if you open this website, which is Code Canyon, I think you can see that you have a bunch of Chrome extension template that you can start working from. So basically, I would buy this one and give it to an AI and say, okay, that's the original file, and I would like to tweak. First of all, I would like to change the color, whatever, and I would like to change this function and this functionality, and you just have it as a starting point. You can also use Replit. I don't know if I pronounced it properly. Never used this website, but I'm following along, and I know that you can hire people to help you to build small pieces of code. So obviously you can find someone to help you to build a Chrome extension here. And finally, there is this Chrome extension that steals other Chrome extensions code. And I did it, and it works, which means you can, the code, Chrome extension code is available on the internet. You can download it. You just download this extension and you go ahead and you just follow the instruction, and you will have the exact same thing as that. If you do it with my extension, then you will end up with exactly those files, the one that I wrote. So there is nothing secret. You can basically publish it again, but I mean, obviously Google will find out. But what you can do is to download an extension, simple extension that you like, and then do the exact same thing as if you have bought a template. You change a feature, you change the branding, you just use it as the base for your work. I know it's not cool, but it exists and it's allowed by Google, so why not? Okay, how do we market a Chrome extension? How do we find users? The first thing I wanted to do is just to ask the internet. That's my go-to. I ask the internet and then I figure it out. When I ask the internet, you know now how I work. Like, you have Perplexity for now that works really well, that will give you ideas from blog posts, and you have the same thing with GKBrain that gives you idea from Reddit. So you can read them all, and there is nothing extremely fancy. Optimized from Chrome Web Store listing. That's basically Chrome Store SEO. Leverage online channel, yeah, sure. Social media. Paid advertising, yes. Build an audience, yeah, we know we all should build an audience. Collaborate and network, and optimize for search. You can optimize for search both for normal Google SEO search and also for Chrome Web Store. And on Reddit, they say run paid ads to reach a wide audience, promote extension on relevant forum and social media platform. That's what I said with build in public. Pinterest, yeah, okay. Launch on product hunt. Obviously, I mean, if you have especially, I would say, if you are in the case of doing something for an existing market, I mean, you can do it, but you can also bet everything on the SEO side. If you are in this case, which means you are creating something new that people are not looking for already, then I would definitely launch on Product Hunt. Engage with communities such as Indie Hackers and Dave.to. I don't know this one. Yes, why not? And create a website and marketing campaign that's extremely vague and basic. So now that was just what the internet says. How to go to market from my perspective. There are some things that are the same. Build in public with different communities, social media and newsletter. That's quite basic, right? It works for every kind of business. It's basically, if you give value, create authority, gather people on newsletter where you continue giving value, and then you push them to your SaaS business or Chrome extension. Okay, those one are extremely basic. YouTube channel, completely underrated. I guess that's any kind of Chrome extension could find people with a YouTube channel that is dedicated to it, talking about specific problem. So I think that for whatever idea I would use, I would find to build an extension. Then I would probably have a dedicated YouTube channel where I would do like videos like this one, where I just explain the problem, how to find, how to solve a problem, or whatever is valuable for this specific kind of users I am targeting to, without fancy editing. Just you want qualified users looking for SEO titles, like, for search, optimized for search, not for clickbait or generating a lot of traffic. You just want the qualified user that wants to use your app. Ads, even if it's Chrome extension, again, it's a SaaS business. If you have a monetization behind it, yes, you can use ads, although you need, it's a lot of work to make it work. But that works. If you are comfortable with ads, that works. Cold email. Cold emails, I mean, if you look at all these different apps, they are mostly addressed to business, right? So here it's for Amazon business owners. Here it's for teachers. They are not businesses, but you can use university. By the way, they also have a plan for university, so you can reach them out via email. Same thing here. Here it's for businesses. As soon as you are creating an extension that is addressing businesses, then cold email is the best way to go, because it's just, you can scrap a bunch of emails and create targeted email campaign. You are just, especially if you have a free plan, you are just giving a heads up to people. You are not trying to hard sell. You're just saying, hey, I'm building this Chrome extension. This is for people like you struggling with this problem you're struggling with. Just check it out. It's free. I'm happy to get your feedback if you have any. That's it. And basically for, I don't know, $100 per month, you can send hundreds of emails per day and generate your first users like that. And product hunt, we agree on that. How do you grow? Optimize for rating. I think one thing I'm not seeing on all my research, I didn't see a lot, almost none, app that are trying to generate emails, creating a good onboarding flow to show exactly what the app does, give some example to make people actually use it, and then ask for a rating. Because I don't know, but I guess that for an extension to be shown on the Chrome store in those categories, it needs to have a very good rating and also a lot of rating. This one is actually not that much, but still. So I would say that is the first thing I would fix if I wanted to grow, is to make sure that every new user has a good time, enjoy itself using it for the first time, understands everything, and then when I'm sure that they know what we are talking about, then I would ask for a rating. SEO backlinks, that is another topic I wasn't sure about. How, the Chrome extension SEO. Again, if I look at, I don't know if this one would be a good fit. Yeah. So here you have an app. I don't know. I just pulled it out like that. And here you have a website. So if you are optimizing this website and having a lot of backlinks pointing to this website, since the app is registered, is connected to the website, I guess that the better the SEO on this website, the better the SEO on the app. I would say so. It means that if you have a website that's generating like 1 million visitors per month and you create an extension that's connected to it, then the extension gets a push. I have no idea if it's true. It's just my guess, right? But I also heard and read about backlinks for Chrome apps. So what if you get some good website linking to the app directly? So now you have It's not even connected to the website. It's just directly to the app. So it's a good signal for Google. A lot of people are talking about this app, so it has better chance to be featured on the store, and also to come up first when people are looking for specific things on Google, either both on Google and on the Chrome store. Okay, YouTube channel, I actually talked about it. It's the same here. And sync network effect. That's harder because it's not for every kind of app, but that's something I would always do, is like, how can I create another user from a user? What interaction can I have? What would people that use my app want to share? For example, here with my app, the problem is that it shows business ideas, and that's definitely what you don't want to share. It's very bad here. But if you have a result that people would like to share with friends, then you need to make that happen, right? Or if you have like something that they would use in their work, in their Slack channel, for example, then I would make sure that I make it extremely easy to copy the result to the Slack channel, but with a very small, like it was made with this app. And then you create a kind of network effect. If you want to know more about network effect, definitely check out this website. It's a little bit complicated sometimes, but it's all about network effect. Okay, how to monetize? We have seen the different monetization methods: lifetime plan, pay-per-use. I actually didn't see any. This is the one we haven't seen. It's always like one time or subscription, but I would like to see more pay-per-use kind of. You have keywords everywhere. The one I showed you before was before pay-per-use. You were buying credits, and I loved it. But then they changed to annual plan. I was so mad, but because they're so good, I had to keep paying. But I was really mad because I think more and more users are pissed with having thousands of subscription, paying €10 here, €20 there. We just want to pay for what we use, and I would see that as a very cool way to monetize the Chrome extension. Affiliate market, so subscription, obviously. Affiliate marketing, any kind of affiliate marketing. I never find one app that was, apart from only, but apart from the shopping kind of Chrome extension, I didn't find any that was actually generating money with affiliate, which is a shame. I think it's possible to find out something like that. I don't know. It's too vague. I'm sorry, but that's just an idea in building. Sponsored newsletter, we talked about that already. Yeah. And last thing, just before I recorded this video, funny thing, I received an email, which is here. It was like 2 hours ago or 1 hour ago. It's a guy from Fiverr that asked me to hire him to optimize the SEO for the Chrome extension. So I guess it's a thing, like there is really something to think through and optimize your extension for SEO. Talking about that, I wanted to show you as well, and that will be the last thing, the developer dashboard, because that was a little bit of a pain to upload it to Google for it to be live. There is a big difference between creating the app and then it works only on your side and making it live for everybody else. So you have to follow a bunch of rules and complete like a lot of information, but it's really feasible. Really, there is nothing incredible. You just have to go through all the menus here and complete everything, and it works. It took me, they say it's a few weeks. Actually, I think in 4 days or 5 days, it was agreed and validated, and it was on the store. And here is the, so I have a bunch of users. So that's not the one I want to show you. I want to show you the impressions. So as you can see here, it's I posted twice. I posted on the Discord server that you can join. There is the link in the description, and I posted on YouTube community just to have a few feedback. So that's the first users came like that. But then what I didn't want to push on it. I just wanted few people to try it. But what I wanted to see is the extension showing up on the Chrome store? And it does, because look, we are on the 29th, and so you have 1 or 2 days. And here you can see yesterday it was 21 impressions, and the day before 23, 22. It means that my very, very simple app coded with AI is showing up on the Chrome store without any optimization, and on the topic that is not even a very searchable topic. I mean, it's called basically store listing, Reddit hidden gold mines. Turn any Reddit post into a great business idea. I checked, there are not a lot of people looking for Chrome app for business ideas, and still, every time someone looks for Reddit kind of thing, it shows up. So it means that if you create a good product that is optimized for search, then it's very likely to grow simply via SEO, which is not the case with any other kind of SaaS business. So that's one more reason to create a Chrome extension, right? Okay, cool. So we went through everything, and again, it was a long video, and I didn't want it to, I mean, it's very hard, because those research can take very long. I have this ability to go very down in each rabbit hole, so it can take me months if I never stop. Decided to stop and to put something together that is interesting enough so you can have a good idea of if you want to go for Chrome extension or not. I have nothing to win here because I'm not going to build one. I was just genuinely interested in learning this market and understanding this opportunity, and it was a lot of fun to create one. Although I'm not a dev and I'm not after SaaS businesses. So yeah, that was just for pure information. I hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comments if there is one topic you would like me to talk about more. If a lot of people are liking the comment, then why not? I could make a video about it. If you have any questions, same thing in the comments. And if you follow the channel, you know that I'm reading and answering every single comment. So don't hesitate. Let me know if you have some. I will answer it. Yeah, that's all. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.